This is Srini Liu. You're watching The Shift Asia. The Putrajaya Marriott Hotel is positioning itself as Southeast Asia top spot for MICE events, offering tailored packages include wellness sessions with Lululemon, the likes of Lululemon, eco-workshops, and customized team-building activities. With new transport links and state-of-the-art facilities, the hotel is targeting both local and international guests. I'm here with Nikie Mok, the general manager, to talk a little bit more about what they're doing there. And I think it's always very refreshing when hotels do it. And I also like, when I go to a hotel room, I'm also checking out what they're doing differently, right? So, and I think one of the things, right, because the name of the Marriott name as well, we know it's a luxury brand. How do you balance the Marriott Hotel, the name, the demands of luxury hospitality with its commitment to sustainability? And I know it's not easy, but how do you guys do it?
For our hotel at Marriott Putrajaya, we seamlessly blend luxury and sustainability.
Right.
As you have mentioned, it's in it, not easy, but we incorporated into our daily practices with sustainability, which include the energy usage.
Yes,
we try to reduce the energy usage, and as well as how we incorporated into our e-course offerings into the guests. So we're really proud in terms of the initiatives that we put in place, working hand in hand towards how we wanted to bring out the luxury piece, as well as contributing to the environment.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And I guess the energy one is not the easiest, but the most easiest to measure, right? Yeah. But also not an easy thing as well, right? What about, you talk about your MICE packages, right? People coming in to do that, right? So how does examples of how Marriott's MICE packages are incorporating ESG principles, right? What are some collaborations that you've done, perhaps?
So with the come out of our renovations, we actually revamped our meeting incentive conventions and events packages and incorporated the ESG principles in various aspects.
Okay.
Number one, which I just mentioned, the efficiency.
Right.
So we actually have changed the entire building whites with more energy efficiency lightings.
Okay.
So this in support helping the reductions of energy consumption. Secondly, is about our events, our sustainable events. Customers who opt for the more eco-friendly event packages, we can actually opt to not set up linens, and we try to eliminate using water bottles in the meeting space. Right. And as well as, like in terms of the menu, we try to encourage customers using QR code instead of paper print.
Okay.
Right. Thirdly, with our landscaping, the surrounding landscaping, we have features with tropical landscape, where it's promoting the biodiversity, and as well as the promoting as well the microclimate, right? Improve the cooler microclimate. So and the fourth is about the program that we have in place, which actually it was practiced or evolved from the Marriott International. It calls the meeting impacts reports.
Right.
The event organizer can opt in this report, where we're able to provide their events on how much carbon and water footprints that utilized for the events. Okay. So these are some of the things that we are implement, where we also aligned in terms of the ESG principles.
Okay. And this whole journey, even just within Putrajaya Marriott, would have started when? And of course, it's ongoing, but this would have started a few years ago?
Our owning company is IOI Properties Groups, so they are always having this principle in place. But if you specifically talking about Marriott Putrajaya, things has been ongoing, but we have been kicking this port beginning of this year.
Okay, so these things have changed. What about, you talk about reducing the footprint, right? Any success stories, I guess, when people are coming for the event, for the MICE event, is that something that they've asked for?
I joined this property 6 months ago. If you want me to shout out what are the success story that we've mentioned, I would proudly say with the support of our ownership, the IOI, the investment they have put in terms of the energy savings lightings, the solar power lightings. These are the things that I think is proudly, I wanted to mention about it able to support in terms of reducing the environment impact.
Because I did the event where IOI Mall, they have the largest in Malaysia solar roof, right? I think that's quite very interesting as well. Yeah. So okay. So how do you measure, I guess, the success, or how do you how on a yearly basis or what have you? How do you measure what the metrics in terms of measurement, right, for the hotel?
So both IOI properties groups as well as Marriott International, they are aligned in terms of the sustainable piece. So in terms of our ownerships, they do have the sustainable performance reports. And Marriott International, we have the sustainable scorecard.
Right.
So this report we're able to assess on what our carbon footprint, our food waste management,
Right.
the support in terms of responsible sourcings. So these are the things that we will use to evaluate ourselves, what impact that we actually have bring to the environment, and as well as how we could constantly use this report to improve.
And it makes a difference that the owner and the management of the operator work together, right? If they both have they're both moving the same direction, it makes a difference as well, right? Okay. And I guess how do you, when you talk about that, there's the owners, what about to guests? How do you communicate what you're doing, and are guests receptive?
Yes and no.
Okay.
We have a group of guests, they are eco-conscious, and we do have guests that they don't care, right? So how we incorporate this or we educate our customers is, for example, in our guest rooms, we have messages that tell the guests that if you could reduce of using the towels, like, changing the towels or the linens, and as well for our offerings in our menu, we incorporated into a more eco-conscious menu. So we have plant-based menu. So this would be able to cater for those guests that are really very health conscious or they are very sustainable.
Right.
So this will be across in all our various restaurants.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is I know, like in the guest room, when you say you do this, and when you do this, you're actually saving so much. It makes a difference, right? When I'm reading it, better you reuse the towel. If I know how much I'm actually helping, I would reuse the towel, right? And I guess, what are the challenges in implementing sustainable practices in the hospitality industry? Because it's not easy.
So it's really not an easy piece, especially in the hospitality industry. You involve various stakeholders, various parties, and the processes, right? We have different processes. So it's really about how we have the education, the communication piece to ensure everyone aligned and we understand.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what are some of the future plans? I guess you've got.
So in terms of the future plans, we are working towards in getting the sustainability certifications. So I think this will be a big ticket for us, where it gives us a report cards to ensure that we are responsible.
Right.
In terms of how we wanted to reduce the energy consumption or the impact to the globe, and as well we are also trying to venture into the heat fuse solution.
Okay.
So this solution will support in terms of how we can reuse back the waste energy incorporated into our facilities. So these are something that we wanted to look into, but the sustainable certification is something that we definitely are committed to work on.
Okay. So that is something that so that I think makes a big difference. So we know that we're actually right on track as well, right? And then so you say, do you find that you're saying some guests don't care and all that, but do you find that it is important that as the hotel, it is important to educate? And have you seen people like, it has made a difference because I've been educated a little bit?
Yes, I would think so. I mean, like for example, some of the hotels, during check-in, we try not to print, right? We would have a digital reg card for customers to use. And also the menus that I've just mentioned, we try to encourage customers to using QR. So this our part as the hotelier or hospitality industries. We play a part in terms of how we can incorporate it into our day-to-day operation or customers' journey experience, where not to compromise the experiences.
And how do you see, I mean, I'm sure you've been around the world, and what are some of the trends that you're seeing on the global scale, right? That you think could work here, or what you saw was interesting and say, maybe something like that could work in Malaysia?
For hospitality-wise, I think the operational piece is something where it could incorporate it here in terms of like how we can be more responsible in terms of the sourcing.
Right.
Instead of, because last time when
Yes.
we go into any luxury hotels, we want something, from overseas.
Yes,
So
yes.
it's more on how we can be incorporated into the local sourcings.
Right.
That also could provide those luxury experiences
Right.
to the customer. So these are something that I think that we could brought it in. And as well as when we just talk about the MICE piece, right? Instead of, normally when we go into conference, we have big lanyards, and all this. How can we eliminate of using all these paper,
Yeah.
try to go paperless?
Yeah.
So I think these are the trends that I feel that we can, bring this in and constantly practice and educate our client.
Right. I think the lanyard thing is definitely, or unless the lanyard can be reused for something else, right? But I know also, for example, if I know that I'm going to a particular country, the food is sourced locally, right? So then I guess people coming here will say, oh, okay, this is sourced from Malaysia. I'm getting to try Malaysian food, right? And that kind of thing as well. So I think that's sort of happening around the world, right? And I guess when you look at what you're doing, what advice would you give to other businesses in the MICE hospitality sector looking to implement or enhance their ESG strategies, especially people coming to do events with you, right? What is sort of...
I would think to start off with is the talent piece.
Okay.
As much as the other advisors that I just talked about in terms of the operation piece, the sourcing piece, educating internally.
Okay.
If you are in the MICE business or industry, even for ourselves, I believe the education to our own talent and the alignment is very important.
Right.
Having internal communications, they understand what is a sustainable piece. That is very important, so that they would able to practice and also how to educate our customers, and we walk the talk. Right? Yeah.
Nikie, is there anything else you'd like to add that I haven't asked you yet?
I would say not really, but
Okay.
just that really happy that I have the opportunity to connect with you and to share a bit about what is our practices. Okay.
So next time you're in Putrajaya, I guess
Please
check out the hotel.
and look out for me.
All right.
Nikie.
All right.
Yeah,
And you've been watching The Shift Asia. I'm Frida Liu.